What's up guys, welcome to Vlogmas days 7 and 8, I want to say. It is again a little bit of a combined vlog because the footage I had was very short, but we're starting today's Vlogmas with another noggin nugget. And for today's, I thought I would just answer some questions that I've gotten regarding BSSM. I know I did like a Q&A Insta post a while ago about gap years because I got a lot of requests for that sort of Q&A. I got mostly BSSM related questions, but there were some questions on like relationships and stuff, and since I feel like those take longer answers, I'm gonna answer those in a separate noggin nugget. But for now, I'm just answering the other questions that I got, so I hope that's okay with you guys. First one is from I am Alicia. What kind of classes are you taking at BSSM, and what's BSSM like? And was housing hard to find? And who is your favorite Bethel worship leader? So classes, like for main session, everyone takes the same main session, which is like a few hours of lecture every day. And that's lecture, worship, lecture normally is the format. So it'll normally be like a Bible class or something like that, or a guest speaker, and then 45 minutes of worship, and then another speaker, whether it's Bill or Chris, who are the head pastors of Bethel, or another guest speaker or whatever. We have a huge breadth of amazing speakers to draw from, as well as a lot of traveling speakers that come to the school to teach. So it's really cool. The classes, though, they're not like they build up off of each other. Bible does, and then prophetic week with Chris did, and then like purity week. So there are weeks of certain topics that build upon each other, but for the most part, every class is like its own individual lecture or sermon, like a church service almost. Wait, this is so dumb. I totally forgot to talk about tracks. So I'm gonna throw this in there that everyone applies for different AMTs or tracks, which you take 4 throughout the year total, and they're once a week, and they're just a more specialized class on a topic that you're interested in, and you apply for each class just like a online form submission. So that's what I talk about with the creative classes that I'm taking. It's through the film track, which is 2 terms, but for the most part there'll be 1 term with things like on prophetic ministry or woman in ministry or dream interpretation, even just a bunch of stuff like that that's very niche, taught by people who are specialized in that area. In terms of just like homework and stuff, very minimal. We have a lot of books to read, so it's a lot of reading, but in terms of what you turn in assessments, super minimal, like a few worksheets and stuff like that. There's no tests, there's no grades. It's more just like a ranking of quality, so that if you would like to apply to second year, they can track your effort and your commitment to explore yourself in doing the homework, which is really cool. So it's like a school in that like they take attendance, they have you do homework, they have assignments, there are expectations of you, but it's not like you're doing it for a grade, because like no one's gonna grade you on spirituality or whatever, your relationship with God, but God and yourself. So they can't do that for you, which I appreciate that they acknowledge. Second thing about housing, was housing hard to find? No, there are a lot of apartments that people apply to. There's a lot of houses that a lot of BSSM students normally stay at, and those will all be posted like in the BSSM forum once you get accepted on mybssm.com, and there's a Facebook group. But I found my housing through my roommate Lydia's family, so that was really amazing, and that's how we got the fantastic place that we have. But a lot of people stay in apartments or rent houses or in homestays. And then, okay, favorite Bethel worship leader is so hard because obviously Brian and Jen are like the founders, so like the OGs and just the parents of it all. But since we just had worship week at school, we had a bunch of amazing worship leaders speak. Like Jeremy Riddle is awesome and so real and down to earth. And then Stephanie Gretzinger and Amanda Cook spoke together, and it was just, they're just so sweet, and they just like, man, their voices are so good, and they have such like a heart for God. Wow, yeah, it was just crazy. I was just blown away by them, because like they're kind of like celebrities. If you guys have not heard of Bethel music, it is huge, and it's normally one of the biggest things that people are like, oh, I've never heard of Bethel church, but I have heard of Bethel music, because like they're on iTunes and they're super popular, and if you go to church at all, you've probably heard some of their songs. So if you are interested in just seeing what that's like, I definitely recommend looking them up on Spotify or whatever. Jeremy Riddle's new album is amazing. Starlight is a great album. It's just so inspired, you know, and inspiring to listen to. So I would say I honestly can't really narrow it down to like a favorite. Obviously I love female worship leaders though, so Amanda Cook, Stephanie Gretzinger are like goals, because I think they're also like younger, so you've seen them like grow up, you know, coming into Bethel music since they didn't start it, you know. But they're all really cool. You should check out Bethel Music if you've never heard of it. It is amazing. They're so talented. Okay, on YouTube, Mehek Agrawal asks, are you spending your 4 off-campus terms for Bssm as a junior, or will you rejoin Dart as a junior? This is about gap years and stuff. And for that question, I am taking 4 off terms, but I applied to have more off terms because I already took some off terms for the summer after my freshman year and stuff like that. So in a way, I'm moving most of them here, but not all of them. So I had to apply for an extra one. So when I go back, I'm going to be a senior. This is considered like just my junior year is off. I have to stay on all 3 terms like every other senior and, you know, have my stuff together like a senior, which will be really interesting. But I did also have to apply for a 5th year because there's no way that I'll be able to complete the required amount of credits within just 3 terms at Dartmouth. So my goal is to only have to take 1 extra term after senior spring, but we will see on how successful I am at finishing all my classes. Mehek also asks, I read that most of Dartmouth undergrads take about 6 years to graduate. Could you clarify if this is true or not? Definitely not true. I would say that the majority definitely finish in 4 years as usual. You can take extra 5th years for certain CS master's programs or engineering and stuff like that, but that is very unusual to stay for 6 years. Like, it's very strange what I'm doing, even taking a year off and coming back and taking a term after my senior year. Most people graduate in 4 years. And then lastly, Michelle Kim asks, what advice would you give to high school seniors who are considering applying to Dartmouth? I would say Dartmouth itself is, again, one of my favorite places in the world. I just love it so much. Not just for applying to Dartmouth, but for applying to colleges in general. Look at programs and needs of what you want, but also look at the lifestyle of students. So consider things like weather and interests and culture and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, you're going to get a good education at so many different places. Like, Dartmouth is one of many places that offers an amazing education, but the thing that stands out to me the most at Dartmouth is the traditions, the culture, the social dynamics, which are good and bad, like I've mentioned in so many other videos and stuff like that. So place yourself in that environment and like try to see how you would thrive, and talk to a lot of people who are in those colleges. If you have any older friends who are in colleges or whatever, definitely try to talk to them. If you're able to visit, that's also great, so you can really just see what the vibe of the campus is. You guys are of course always allowed to ask me any questions about Dartmouth. Like, literally I Instagram DM so many of you guys who have questions about Dartmouth. Shameless plug, but also if you want to learn more about campus life at Dartmouth, like, I have a whole playlist of videos at Dartmouth or about Dartmouth or whatever, so if that would be helpful for you to check out just to see what life is like, I highly recommend it. You're always welcome to leave comments down below here to ask questions or whatever, but yeah, overall though, I love Dartmouth, but I acknowledge that it is not the place for everybody. So just realize that no college is perfect. No place is exactly going to be how it seems. Just take that into consideration as you're applying. But anyways, that is all the general gap year or whatever questions. I hope you guys enjoyed that little noggin nugget. But anyways, let's get on with the vlog.
How many here, your life has been changed by stepping progressing?
I need to pin one down, but the first memory that comes to me was through music. To be fair, it was through music. And I could feel like my humanity colliding with the heaven that I'd been asking for. And I could feel that my body had to respond, like it had to come up. It's a very interesting feeling, which I know a lot of you understand, but
Ooh, I've never come here. Brina, say hi. We're trying the stirring. We've never been here before. It looks good though. You've been? I've been good. What's up, you guys? It is Vlogmas day 7, and I realized I didn't talk at all this morning because I was just living my life, just going to school, but went and got coffee with Brina, which is awesome. I actually got kombucha. So healthy, right? And then we went grocery shopping. So it was just like a day of running errands. A really great day though. We had Stephanie Gratzinger and Amanda Cook speak at school, which was dope. Now I'm at home, came home to these lovely friends. There they are, so diligently doing their homework that I should be doing. But anyways, I'm making some food. Got some chicken breasts, some broccoli, and this new rice cooker my mom got. Thanks, Mom. And I'm discovering the joys of how it has a built-in steamer. I'm just amazed. Technology, you guys. I know, it's like it's meant to cook rice. Super fast. Oh, I got some teriyaki marinated chicken, the broccoli, and the rice. Yes. Today's Friday, so I don't have any school, which is amazing, but we do have this thing called City Project. So my revival group is going to do some community service for the city of Reading. So getting ready to leave in a little bit, and you guys will get to come along with me and see how that is. Limbo! Here we are!
And they're not.
I was just you. Jesus.
Jesus!
You know my name.
The box with less vests is the medium box, the other box is the large, so get your vests, there's gloves, grab the gloves.
We're using some weed eaters.
You got the camera.
And then sum up like this stuff. Add it with the power tools. JT, say hi! How's weed whacking?
Work. It was like
Does
Field
work.
of Dreams. Field of Dreams.
I'm glad you feel that way.
Yeah.
Hi! Sure. Is this a video? Yeah. Oh. It's a small group. We're having an adorable little dinner and probably a movie later tonight. You guys excited? Are we watching War Room?
War Room.
Are we watching it?
Oh, we are.
Yeah, awesome. Exciting. I've never seen it, so we will see.
I know, I saw
I'm
it.
gonna do it. It is beautiful.
I know, because like I was scrolling.
Ignore me. I'm
And
just-
I was like, it's amazing. Thank you. I know the picture.
So I'm closing out Vlogmas days 7 and 8, I think. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching. And I know that these past few days have been a little shorter. I haven't been talking as much. To be completely candid with you guys, they've just been kind of an emotional past few days just for personal reasons. But I hope that regardless, you guys can enjoy just following me along and seeing what I've been doing and how I've been enjoying these last few weeks of school right before the break. So again, if you have not yet subscribed, please click down below to do so. Turn on bell notifications so you can get a notification every time I post, every time I live stream, all of that good stuff. If you want to just see more of my life, you can follow all my social medias. They're linked down below, but I'll just throw a few right here just for you. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Jesus loves you, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.